Do you want to hear what I don't like about it?
I do. I'll let you have this dislike. Yeah.
Because this relates also to transportation. It is like the best and worst of Disney transportation.
We want to give a big thank you to our sponsor, Touring and Cruises. Here's something you might not know. Booking with a travel advisor doesn't cost you anything. Disney pays them after you travel. You'll pay the same price you see online, but Touring and Cruises adds an enhanced level of service. Their expert advisors watch for discounts and apply them automatically, even after you book. And it's not just Disney. They can help with cruises, Universal, and all kinds of vacations. Whether you want help planning it all or just someone in your corner if plans change, they're here to help. And yes, they'll wait on hold with Disney 4 hours, so you don't have to. So when you're ready to plan your next trip, head to touringandcruises.com and tell them Rope Drop Radio sent you. Now, let's rope drop.
Helping you navigate the Disney parks.
With the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
You're listening to Rope Drop Radio.
Welcome to another Rope Drop Radio. I am Doug McKnight here with Lauren Shields, and we are recording a double dose tonight. So we just got done recording about packing. So if you listened to that last week, now we're all packed. Now it's time to pick a resort, Lauren. How are we going to do that?
I mean, I would hope you would pick your resort before you packed.
No, not how I do it. It's priorities. I want to get packed as soon as I can, Lauren. Never the night before.
Good thing your wife's a travel agent and gets you, planned trips in the correct order. But yeah, okay.
Details.
We're going to play, a little resort roulette tonight. We had ChatGPT help us pick out some fun resorts. We have to say things we like and dislike about them.
Yeah, we instead of us picking which resorts to talk about, because it turns into the same ones each time, we asked someone else to give us 7 resorts to speak about. And so, thank you, chat. You got 7. Yeah. Some of them are the ones we talk about all the time because they're just awesome, and that's how that works. So,
they're the popular ones that most people are going to.
Ran the roulette wheel, let it pick the spinny wheel of resorts, basically. And that's how we picked. And then we will talk about them. But on our upcoming trip, what resort are we even staying at, Lauren? I do not know.
Oh, it's changed a couple times. I think we're at Coronado Springs, but don't hold me to that.
Sounds right. That sounds right. Deep in my soul, that's what I feel. Since I was just there, so that makes sense.
Right. But yeah, Rope Drop Radio, we are going to do a trip. Come join us. We're going to be at Walt Disney World August 30th through September 2nd. We are going to the Halloween party on September 1st. We keep forgetting to mention that.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. We will be doing some meetups. We are still working on planning them. So
should do that.
Stay tuned.
We're still working
on it. If you go to Touring and Cruises website, we have a link there for you to sign up. If you book with Touring and Cruises and you do a minimum of a 3-night stay with 3-day tickets, you get a $25 Disney gift card. You don't have to book with Touring and Cruises to come to the meetups. Everyone would be welcome and included. Please still come. But there is... Doug will put it in the show notes. There is a link to sign up to get emails. So as we start to figure out stuff, as we get closer to the trip, we can update everyone that way. So please come join us. It should be super fun.
And booking with Touring and Cruises does not automatically sign you up for that email link. So
that's a good point.
You got to do that. Yeah, you got to do that. And even if you're not going, you can sign up if you want random emails from us.
Oh.
We have yet to send an email, though.
Right. We're not spammy.
No, we're too lazy to spam you.
We are the opposite of spam. We are the no email people.
Yeah. And say this August-September trip doesn't work for you and you want to come meet us in person, or at least me. We're not sure. By the time this comes out, we'll probably know if Lauren's going or not.
That's true. Yeah.
On July 7th, hopefully we got registered for the springtime surprise, which will be April 11th. So we'll be there like April 8th through the 11th, roughly. Not real set in stone, but will be shortly. We'll have meetups. Even if you're not running, you can come and meet up at one of the meetups or cheer along the course with a giant sign that says, "Go Rope Drop Radio," and then high five us. And I mean, that will make me run faster for about 30 feet for sure. For sure.
Goals, Doug. You have goals.
I do. I'm going to do better.
We had to see a whole Post-it note from the last recording.
Last week's YouTube, I'm sure, got lots of comments about my Post-it note. Probably from the patrons.
Yeah. I suggested you come up with concrete goals to help you train better, and yours was do better.
That was in the after show, and I don't think we got
Oh,
anywhere
yeah.
on my concrete goals.
We didn't. Just do better. That's okay. That's something.
Yeah. So after show this week, we're going to talk about an area of Hollywood studios that we failed to talk about in my trip report, aren't we?
We are. It should be fun. But hopefully some Patreons join us at the springtime surprise or at our rope drop trip. We have 2 new Patreons this week. Welcome to the Patreon community. Thank you to Amy and Jesse Stolark. Hopefully I said your name correctly.
Nailed it.
We had lots of Patreons join shortly after you did your Memorial Day trip. So I just want to give a big shout out to the community. It grew quite a bit the last few weeks. That's awesome to see. We do a bonus weekly after show where we talk pretty unfiltered. So come check that out. We do occasionally do a free episode. If you are kind of curious and want to see what we talk about, we'll put one for free that anyone can listen to. So it's still worth going to the website to hear us and see what we say, see if you're interested. Doug does the Disney news once a week. Am I going to be in charge of the Disney news while you're gone?
I think we talk about that also in the after show, is how Lauren can do the news while I'm in Europe.
I will do it. I can do it. I got you, buddy.
Yeah.
And then you also get a chance to win a $25 Disney gift card quarterly. We do a random spinny wheel of Patreons, and you can randomly get selected, but that is awesome. Every time we select someone, they are very excited. You could use it if you come to the Rope Drop radio trip or the springtime surprise.
To buy a pretzel or a Mickey bar, or a pretzel and a Mickey bar.
Yeah. Options.
There you go. Also, another great way to support the show is to leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Leave a 5-star review and we will love you forever and read it on air. Now, since we are recording this right after our last episode where I had none to read, I still have none to read because nobody left one in the last 30 seconds. Plus, it takes Apple like a couple days to actually post it.
It's the worst.
Apple, they look at that so hard, and I don't know what they're looking for because they let some nonsense slide through.
Yeah.
Right? What takes so long because you let that one through? Come on. There's no credibility to that review. But hey, whatever.
Yep.
So if you feel like writing a short novel about being my college roommate, go for it. If you want to just say, I love the show and leave it at that, that's also wonderful. So go ahead and do that. Make sure you like and subscribe to the show wherever you listen. Follow us on social media. Lauren puts out some great reels where she makes fun of me getting motion sick on Peter Pan. So
true story.
All right. On to the Stuffy of the week. So this week's Stuffy, it's over Lauren's shoulder. She's going to bring it closer. So head over to YouTube, leave a comment. Who is the Stuffy? We want the correct specific answer, which is very easy this week. If you can't get this one, I worry about your Disney trip.
This is true. Yeah. I don't even know how to give a good hint for this one because I feel like it's too obvious.
It's no hints needed.
No hints this week.
No hints.
But yeah, tell us what you see. My girls love to see that. This is their Stuffy. They would love to see some replies. Otherwise, as Doug will tell you, they will cry.
Happens. Yeah. All right. Don't be responsible for children's tears. Anyway. All right. We're going to get on to our resort roulette after this break. Hey, Nebraska rope droppers! Getting to the magic just got easier. The Lincoln Airport now offers nonstop flights to Orlando twice a week on Breeze Airways. Every Wednesday and Saturday. Skip the layovers and get straight to Mickey faster than ever. I've flown Breeze myself. It's a great experience with one of the youngest fleets in the sky, flying only Airbus A220s. So next time you're planning a Disney vacation, start at Lincoln Airport, your shortcut to the magic. And welcome back. It's time to look at some resorts and give a thing that we like and dislike about the resorts. We're going to each give something we like, and then one of us or both of us will throw out something we dislike about the resorts because we're all about fairness here on Rope Drop Radio. We can't just love it. There's got to be some downside to that resort or staying at that resort. So this will help you choose, because sometimes what is a positive for one person is a negative for another. And what's a negative for one person might be a positive for another. So there you go. All right, Lauren, you ready?
I'm ready. Even though I told Doug earlier today I needed all this time to prep. And so I made him pick the resorts early. And then I got really busy with life. and never got to it. So I'm going to be pulling a Doug and just thinking of things as we go.
So do you want me to say the resort and make you answer right away, or are you?
Yeah, because otherwise you might steal the one that comes to my mind.
All right.
No, put me on the spot. I got this.
Okay, this is the order determined by our internet overlords, not us. All right, first up, Animal Kingdom Lodge. And this encompasses the whole resort. Like, we're not going to get nitty gritty down to the regular resort DVC. It's all one big, giant, happy property. The Lodge in Kidani Village, whatever. Okay.
So the obvious, and the biggest pro about this is the animals. Like, where else can you look out your window? And even if you don't have a Savannah view, because it's kind of expensive, you can go down the hall or wherever. There's tons of viewing areas to see all the different animals. So if you just want to do, the entry level room, don't worry about it. You will still see the animals. They did a really good job when they built that resort, making sure everyone had a place to kind of go watch the animals. That's my favorite thing. When we stayed there, I was drinking a coffee out on the balcony, and I was seeing giraffes, and I was very happy.
Yeah. Are the giraffes ever as close as they are in the commercials?
No.
No.
There has to be some level of safety, right, between you and the animals.
It's there. I like that you mentioned you can do a standard view room, and you still get to see them. There's tons of the lobby. You can go out the back and that's great. Yeah. It's worth visiting if you're not staying there. That's that big of a plus for Animal Kingdom Lodge.
And I think that's kind of the secret people forget is if you're willing to give up the Savannah view, it is a really good rate on a deluxe resort. It's an entry level rate out of any of them. It's priced very well.
So you're just giving 2 tips now, and you're stealing my what do you like about Animal Kingdom Lodge? I was going to say the rack rate. It is your entry-level deluxe. That and Wilderness Lodge, right? They're cheaper. However, caveat, they only sleep 4, not 5. That's the drawback, right? But that's what makes it cheaper. That's what I like is the price tag of Animal Kingdom Lodge, very low for Disney Deluxes. Quantify that low, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my for sure. Because you kind of halfway gave that one and I piggybacked. It was what I was going to say the whole time. But
sorry, buddy.
I will say the pools are very well done.
Yeah.
They have fantastic pools. It's a great resort for a resort day. You can do a day there between the animals, the pools, the restaurants. Fantastic. So that's unique from...
That's a good one. Yeah, because not every deluxe resort can you make a day out of it, but that's an easy
Animal
one.
Kingdom Lodge is probably the best for a full day. And they have a lot of activities, like poolside activities and other...
Well, all the resorts have that.
They all have that. They can all tie-dye a shirt, right? You can do that at Pop Century. But you add that to animals... Come on.
That's an easy all-day thing. And I will say when we stayed there, that it was sometimes a little hard to go to the park because you'd get kind of engrossed in watching the animals if they came up. Because every once in a while there was not much going on, and then you're like, okay, I'll get ready to go to the park, and then all of a sudden there's a bunch of new animals and you want to stop and see them. So
all right. We're gonna say what we dislike about Animal Kingdom on the count of 3. Okay.
Okay.
And we'll probably say different words that mean the same thing, but we're gonna try this. All right. 1, 2, 3. Transportation. Location, transportation. We nailed it. Yeah, it's in Africa. I don't know. It's very far away.
It's so far away from everything else, and it drives me crazy that you have to take a bus to go to Animal Kingdom Park.
Oh my gosh! Put a sidewalk.
The resort. It drives me crazy. I love being able to walk to one of the parks. If this had that, I think that'd be such a huge perk. You would think about you
stay
could go
there
to
way more.
Awesome, rope drop, flight of passage. There'd be so much to do. That would be that kills me. I was like, I don't understand how you can have a whole resort named after a park and then not be able to walk to it.
And when you look at the map, Google Maps of this, it's really frustrating. It's not that far. And if they really wanted to plus up their deluxe guest experience, back entrance into Pandora. But no, we don't have that.
No. Oh my God, that would be awesome.
Let's move on. All right. Next up, according to our internet overlords, random resorts, Caribbean Beach. What is something you like about Caribbean Beach Resort?
So this almost becomes the opposite of Animal Kingdom Lodge because you are at the hub of the Skyliner, which means you don't have to connect to go to either Hollywood Studios or Epcot. You just get on at that station to go to that park and you are set. So that is my absolute favorite thing about Caribbean Beach. You are in the hub of the Skyliner. It's very easy to get to those two parks.
That is a great like. Skyliner. Okay, my like is it sleeps 5 for a very comfortably. It's got the little pull down bed under the TV for a child, not a full grown adult sleeping 5. Like someone that's 5 foot tall sleeping 5. So that's what I like is you can sleep 5, great transportation to the Skyliner. There you go. Love it.
Do you want to hear what I don't like about it?
I do. I'll let you have this dislike. Yeah.
Because this relates also to transportation. It is like the best and worst of Disney transportation. The buses. The buses here are terrible to the point where I don't like to stay here. I really struggle with this because I'm a Magic Kingdom girl. I always go there every trip. It is a pain in the butt. They have 5, 6 stops.
I don't know how many stops.
It's quite a few stops.
I think it's so many 4, times, but okay. Well, sometimes it will stop at the Riviera. Not very often, but like one time we stopped at the Riviera, and I was like, I'd be so angry if I paid Riviera prices, and then I got on a bus full of Caribbean beach people. Ugh.
Was it like the middle of the day when it was slow?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
That's slightly better, but that's just mean also.
Yeah.
Oof. So, common complaint with this is if you're not at like the first bus stop and you're trying to go to rope drop, the bus can be filled by the time it gets
by you.
They don't stop. You're not getting on that bus. So I've had clients, and this was a pain during COVID when no one could have any lightning lanes and rope drop was even more important. And they're like, we just watched 3 or 4 buses go by. And I was like, oh my God. So I just really hate it. Of course, you never have to wait for a bus for Animal Kingdom. Do you ever notice that? That one works fine there. Because not that many people are going to Animal Kingdom.
No,
but if you want to go to Magic Kingdom, you're up a creek.
If you ever look at the overall park attendance, right? I swear they run the same number of buses for each park at rope drop. But like 3 times the number of people on average go to the Magic Kingdom a day.
Yeah.
You should be running 3 buses to 1 for Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom. Not the same.
Yeah.
So... I mean, there's traffic engineers out there that know this. They just don't care. They just don't care.
We've just got skunked so many times trying to get on the bus for a rope drop for Magic Kingdom. But so that's my dislike.
If you're all about the studios in Epcot,
it's fantastic.
And Sleeping 5. It's a family of 5 winner chicken dinner sort of thing.
Yeah. And if you're not going to Magic Kingdom a lot, like if you have an Epcot heavy trip or studios, then it's a great place to go.
It is the cheapest place to do your adults trip if you're just doing food and wine. Like this is, I mean, you could go one next door, right, with Pop and get cheaper, but like it's like if you don't want to, you want to save your money for food and wine, go stay value or moderate rather than deluxe, and this is a great thing for that. You don't care about Magic Kingdom.
Yeah. So what's your dislike?
Well, it's the same thing. The buses. I hate the moderate buses with a burning passion because they have like the unorganized stop where everybody gets mad that I was here first. It's where people yell at each other because someone walks up and just do when the bus pulls up, even though someone's been sitting there for 20 minutes. So let's move on to our next one. And
wait, can I add in one other bonus one really fast?
A dislike or like?
No, a like that I think we missed.
Okay, yeah, let's
becomes
do that.
Important. Food related. I walk over to Riviera a lot when I'm staying here because I don't love the food court at Caribbean Beach. It's not really a food court anymore.
It's not the greatest.
It's like but it's not great. And you can usually, depending on where you are, it's not too far of a walk. They have really good food at Riviera. So I have a lot of people who will stay here and kind of go use Riviera's food.
Mm-hmm. You can also ride the Skyliner over if that's closer.
So there's a caveat with that. And we've seen this before. If it's rope drop time.
Oh, then it does not work.
Right. So people coming from Caribbean Beach have filled up the Skyliner and they will literally have to call back and say, send a few empty so that we can get some of the Riviera people on their way to Epcot. So it's always advantageous to get on that Skyliner. It depends on what time of the day it is.
Yep. All right, moving on. Next one, in order determined by internet overlords, Pop Century. What is the thing you like about Pop Century? You got to find something you like, Lauren. I know you can. Deep down inside.
I have a secret love for Pop Century because it just gets the job done if you want to do a cheaper Disney trip. So there's been times where we didn't have a trip planned because of budget and we were able to make it work at Pop Century. It has, I'm going to take the one that you're probably going to say, so I'm not going to say it.
No, go for it. Go for it. I got lots of options.
Skyliner. Okay. So it's on the Skyliner. So you can get to Hollywood Studios and Epcot fast. The bus system works great. You're not sharing with any other resorts. It's a line. You've talked about this one. Yeah. With
it's
your
organized. It's a line. Nobody gets in a fight.
But anyway, so I just love it because there's been a number of trips that were planned last minute unexpectedly. And if there was no Pop Century or some kind of cheap value resort to go to, we wouldn't have made it. We wouldn't have gone. So those value resorts, they're there for a reason.
Yeah. They make it economical and it's, you know what you're getting. Good transportation, nice clean room, comfy bed. No problem. Maybe not the softest towels or toilet paper. Just going to say that.
Not that, but the beds are comfortable since they refurbished them. They're pretty good.
Yeah. All right. My like is the food court. It's pretty solid. It's got lots of options. Just like the croissant dessert thing that we just had, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
The cookie butter croissant. If you haven't been to Pop Century this summer, go get the cookie butter croissant and you will thank me. Your diabetic medication won't, but you might. So, oh my gosh, it's so good. So the food court, if you've never had a tie-dyed cheesecake, you got to have it at least once in your life. I think it's a rite of passage for staying at a value resort.
Yeah.
So is it good? No. But should you eat it? Yes.
So that actually reminds me of the whole goat story that we talked about on Road Drop on Deck.
It doesn't have a face and a name, Lauren.
No, but it looks like Play-Doh.
It does.
I have such a hard time eating it, even though it tastes like cheesecake. Your brain is telling you you're eating Play-Doh, like tie-dyed Play-Doh. It really messes up my mind when I try to eat it.
So is that because there's a big giant Play-Doh can in one of the areas? You're just thinking of the...
Yes. And I'm like, I shouldn't be eating this. I'm eating Play-Doh and this is gross.
You know what my mom admitted a couple years ago when my kids were younger? That she would always accidentally leave our Play-Doh little things open so it dried out. And I was just thinking back, why I loved Play-Doh, but it never loved me back. And now I know my mom sabotaged us because it always made such a mess on the floor, right?
It's the worst.
You can't keep it contained, even though it seems like it shouldn't make a mess at all. It does. But our kids loved it. And then, we sent some out to my mom's. My mom's like, don't send that here again, or I'm going to leave the jar open. And it's like, oh, so that's childhood trauma. Got it.
I guarantee you she is not the only mother who did that, or grandma.
No. So there you go. Play-Doh. Yeah. So what is something you don't like about Pop Century other than the cheesecake? Yeah.
Yeah. So the only thing I really struggle here a little bit with is the overall size of it. There's a lot of people there. There's a lot of buildings. So I feel like compared to some other resorts, like when you kind of want downtime because you've been in a park full of people all day, you start walking back to your room and there's just so much going on. Like the pools are busy and there's in your face over the top theming of like the Play-Doh cans or whatever. Lots and lots of people there with all the rooms. So not that it gets crowded, like they made a good size and it's not that. It's just like I want something quieter sometimes. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's a big hotel. It takes up a lot of space.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's gigantic.
Yeah. What's your dislike of Pop?
How can you dislike anything? I think that the towels, the toilet paper, the bathroom. Yeah. I could use a little more square footage in the bathroom, right? That'd be it. Like we went from Pop Century 1-2 day span to 2 days later, Coronado Springs, and it just felt like you could stretch out and breathe. Like a lot more square footage between a value and a moderate. And yeah, that'd be my dislike, is the value has less square footage, but like that's what you're paying for, right?
Right.
So it's not really something that you can complain about. That's like buying a DVD player and complaining it doesn't play your VHS, right? It's
That's not what it was meant for.
right.
Yeah.
It's meant to be small. It is going to be tight if you're a family of 4 with stuff.
But the stroller is tight.
The stroller. If you have a pack and play out, like you're a family of 5 with a pack and play with a baby, been there. It's tight, but you make do. There's lots of drawers. So if you're an unpacker, you can do that and put the suitcases under the bed and things like that. There's ways around it.
And the second bed folds up. So like we would just put that up when we did have the stroller and pack and play. And that worked great during the day. There was a bit of Tetris, I think, when it came down as to where everything was going to go, but we made it work.
Back in my day, though, they had full beds when we were like
when you're in the
kids.
toddler stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
So it was weird. A whole different ballgame then. All right.
100%.
Move along. Next up, BoardWalk Inn. So over outside of Epcot's International Gateway, the BoardWalk, what do you like?
My favorite thing about it is the location. You can walk to studios, you can walk to Epcot. It's kind of like the one that's in between them. Location at this one is my favorite part.
Yeah. I'm going to say the thing that I like is, I mean, definitely the location, but the next favorite thing is the variety of options you have just outside the door. Like for dining, some entertainment if you want it. You can see fireworks very easily. A lot of stuff right outside your door or from your patio, whichever. Or balcony, right?
Yeah.
All right. What is a dislike for the BoardWalk Inn?
This is, I think, personality based, and probably other people wouldn't have the issue with this, but this is my number one thing I don't like about it is it's built into a hill. So navigating it, especially with a stroller, is a pain. And then like figuring out what floor the lobby's on compared to like what floor your room's on, because it all changes depending on where you're on the hill.
Coming back from Epcot, 2 different elevators, which when Claire was having hip problems and we used a wheelchair in the parks, but you didn't get to take that to your hotel room. And people look at her like, why are you taking this elevator? And it's like, just, you can't see everything. X-ray vision lady, get your snooty eyes back to yourself. It was the scooter people all looked at us like, why are you taking my elevator to get from the entry level up to the main level of, right? Yeah, that was because we stayed there over New Year's, that cold trip we were talking about last week. It's where we were at. My biggest dislike is like, if you're standing way at the end of the hall closest to Epcot, you can't exit and enter down there. There's only one way in and out to that annoying elevator that I was discussing. That is my biggest dislike. I don't understand. I get why they don't want a door down there for people to come in and out all the time, because then there'd be random foot traffic in a hotel room from the boardwalk. Don't want that. But I should be able to tap my key and get in and out.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because we were all the way down at the end, not this last time, but another time. And it was like, there's our window. We kept walking and walking and walking and coming around. And so that was annoying.
Yeah, I think that's the issue with Boardwalk, is it's kind of like its own little labyrinth that you have to figure out.
And then there's like one part that's outside in a courtyard. Like you had to go outside to get back inside. We were in that once. And it was always raining when we had to go back outside. Oh, no. Always raining. We joked about how we were in the annex, right? We were like in the office, like put in the annex. All right. Port Orleans French Quarter, back to the moderate size. What is your like about Port Orleans French Quarter?
So kind of the opposite of Pop is that I love the size of this. It's not a super big resort. It's probably one of their smallest resorts.
So weird.
Right? It's kind of interesting. But basically, no room is a bad room here, because even if you're at one of the further buildings, it doesn't take you very long to get to like the main area to get on the bus or get to the food court or whatever you want. It's very practical. Like if you don't want to walk far, and it has like good theming and all that stuff, but I just love the size. It feels much smaller and kind of cozy.
Yeah. The size is its biggest charm. It's got its bus stop broken up into 2 different bus stops, unlike some other areas like the other moderates where it's just one and it's at least 2 different parks together, right?
Yeah.
And there's only one stop and it's right in front of the lobby. So that's the size. I'm going to say the win here is the beignets and live entertainment. The food bar scene is fantastic with Scat Cats. And we sat in there, enjoyed a libation, listened to some live music, had a good time. Shared
and
some
the beignets are
beignets.
so good. Yeah.
So, all right, what's a dislike of this one? I have one. If we want one,
Why don't you go ahead and see if I can?
Only sleeps 4.
Oh yeah.
Has all those other upsides, but it only sleeps 4, so it discriminates against my family.
It does. See, we always need 2 rooms anyway, so it doesn't matter
you don't
yet
care.
for us.
Family of 6, you're just trouble to begin with.
Well, once Luke goes to college, it'll be a whole new game because I'll be like, let's all fit in one room.
They'll love that. They're not used to it. They'll be like, "Where's the other bathroom?" They don't have it, kids.
I know, they're so spoiled. Like I was like, we'll see how this goes. I think my only dislike, and this is so rare, but we kind of referenced it with Caribbean Beach sharing sometimes a bus with Riviera, is that in the middle of the day, sometimes French Quarter starts sharing a bus with its sister resort, Riverside, which is huge.
Massive.
Yeah, not a lot. I think that only happened to me once. We had to go do that. So it's rare. They don't do it during rope drop or after fireworks, so it's less of an issue there. But just let them have their own bus.
It only happens when you want to get back to your room and take a nap. And you're the
right,
last
if you're in a
stop.
hurry. Yeah.
Like, so frustrating. Yep, solid. All right. On over to Art of Animation. Across the lake from Pop Century. What do you like about Art of Animation?
So my favorite thing about Art of Animation is it's got all the same transportation perks as Pop Century, but because they have mostly family suites that usually are not filled to the brim, so those can fit 6 people. I would say it's a lot of families of 4, maybe 5 in there. It doesn't feel as crowded.
Right.
So I can relax there a lot more than I can at Pop Century. It's just kind of a calmer atmosphere, but you have all the same perks as Pop Century. I wish that their regular rooms, the Little Mermaid rooms, which it sounds like they may be retheming.
I think they're going to get the same treatment we have across the lake with everything, right? But still be Little Mermaid.
They need it. And the rooms are a little bit bigger than Pop. So that's something to think about. But the only thing I hate is that building is the furthest building away from the Skyliner. So that added up on we did a longer trip there. By the end of the trip, I was like, But if I was doing a shorter trip, it would have been totally fine. It was walkable, but I think we were there for 7 days. And on day 7, I was like, I really don't want to walk this far to this building for those regular rooms. But just, I think the overall vibe of it's just the calmer version of Pop. It's a lot more families. Pop tends to bring in like the adults only trips or the 20 somethings or whatever.
It's a whole mix. A lot of strollers at Pop, but yet lots of adult only. Like, and then just me on a run getting by myself. Being the weird dude.
And we've used it for adult only trips as well.
We have.
Because it's such a practical resort. Art of Animation is typically a lot of families. And like I said, they're not filling up the room. It's a little calmer there.
Yeah. And statistically, this is the same like basic footprint as Pop Century, but there's less people because what would be 2 rooms at Pop Century that could sleep 8 people total is now a suite that maxes out at 6. So at full capacity for both resorts, there's a lot less people over at Art of Animation. So therefore, if the buses are next to each other, here's what I like. If you're waiting in line for your bus for Pop Century and an Art of Animation bus pulls up and it's the middle of the day and you don't know how long it's going to be, you just hop on the Art of Animation bus and off you go. So don't be afraid to use both buses and you just walk right across. Did that once on this last trip when we were staying at Pop. We hopped on the Art bus because it was there. And so we got on it and off we went. And it was an excuse to buy a croissant at Art of Animation.
Is great.
It's not as good. There's this Nutella and marshmallow.
Oh, not as good.
No.
And this is just a bonus thing. Runners, like that's actually my favorite place to run
Mhm.
because you just do a big loop between the two resorts. It's fantastic. You don't have to do a lot of loops to get your miles in. It's pretty big.
And there's
So.
trivia signs the whole way.
There are about the decades.
Yeah, so you can learn.
This is true.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one for running. I know Alden likes that one for running.
It's a really good one.
Yeah. All right, what do you not like about Art of Animation?
This is my biggest hiccup to staying there with a family of 6. The beds for the kids are small. So there's one room that has a queen bed, basically for the parents, right? And then in the living room, there is a pull down bed, but it's double sized and not queen, which the kids will tell you very quickly feels very, smushed together. They're too cozy. Yep. They hate it. They notice a difference between a double and a queen. I
can hear them breathing. Well, that's good. It's, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, they took up the whole thing of the bed. And then I'm like, it's a smaller bed. They get so mad. And then the pull-out couch is also a double sofa bed, and it's not super comfortable. I think if you have 1 kid on there, it's doable. 2 kids on there, unless they're teeny tiny, is not comfortable. So I want them to redo these rooms. Let's just do the Murphy beds that they're using at Pop, the queen size ones. My kids sleep great on there. I've slept on them. They're great. They have the room for it, I think. I'm pretty sure. I just think when they did it, they weren't really doing the.
They weren't doing those yet.
Beds.
Yeah.
Right. But how it's set up, it would be easy for them to add. So once that happens, I will happily stay there.
Yeah. I don't really have a dislike other than that. So we'll just move along. Okay.
Sounds good.
Last resort from the internet overlords, Polynesian Village. What do you like about the Polynesian Village?
Oh, this is a hard one to pick just one thing, isn't it? So many good things.
So many things.
I think my favorite thing, similar to Art of Animation, is the overall vibe. It's not as like chill as Art of Animation people-wise. Like it fills up. People really like this resort. But you really do feel like you're getting kind of a taste of
you're on vacation here.
Yeah.
This is a vacation, not a trip. That's what you're trying to say, Lauren.
That is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, like the theming is just spot on from the time that you walk into the lobby. Everything's done perfectly. Even like the monorail stop just fits in with the theming. I love that they have like that lawn that you can sit at. And sometimes they have activities going on and sometimes not. But we've gone there for lunch and just hung out at the lawn just to kind of take a breather for a while when they weren't doing activities. That's one of my favorite things to do. You can watch the fireworks from the beach. It's a whole vibe. Yeah, you feel like you're on vacation when you go there to rest.
Yeah. I mean, food choices, all that sort of stuff. Fantastic pool. Who doesn't want to go down a water slide? That's a volcano. Great kids splash zone. But I'm going to say the room size. The rooms are huge.
Yeah.
Absolutely massive. One of the biggest on properties without getting a villa. So our family of 5 has always felt comfortable in the Polynesian. And the re-theme to Moana is well done, very cool. Lots going on, but yet still just enough to be. That's not subtle. Who am I kidding? I like it. You're at Disney. Let's embrace the fact that we're at Disney and not a Hilton Garden Inn, right?
Yeah.
So
no, my kids love the Moana theming.
Yeah, the curtain itself is fascinating to look at. Like when you close that. So I'm going to say the rooms themselves are an attraction not to be missed. That's
true. Those older resorts really, back in the day, had big rooms.
Yeah, they did.
They have like a 5th sleeper that actually can sleep an adult.
Yeah, Alden sleeps in it. And he's the biggest one in the family, right?
Like, how tall is he?
Not tall, but tall by McKnight standards. I think he's 5'8".
He's like 5. Oh, he's 5'8". Yeah,
5'7", maybe 5'8". With his hair, his hair takes up a lot of vertical space.
It does. But yeah, I haven't heard any complaints about a full-size adult sleeping in that day bed.
Yeah. Same thing with like Contemporary and the Beach Club Boardwalk too. But the Poly rooms are just massive. And then you're at the Poly.
Yeah.
Win-win. Win-win. All right. What do you not like about the Poly?
There's only one thing I can really... Oh, there's 2 things, but I'll stick to my first thing.
There's 2.
They're minor picks. Is the quick service. I like the quick service. That's not the problem. The problem is when you click, I'm here, it still takes them like 30 minutes to get your food ready if you mobile order. So it took me a while to figure this out. Order the food before you leave the room, well before you leave the room. Like you have 10 minutes before you even need to think about leaving the room once you hit that. It takes forever. I don't know why, but it just does. So accordingly.
When Sam and I were there, we were going to mobile order, but then they got rid of the wings. So Sam was like, why would anybody eat there? Whatever. But a thing popped up that said you could only mobile order if you were a guest of the Polynesian village.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe they're fixing that by like not letting us, but then just move the window. Like when you only have so many mobile orders in a time window, they have those time windows. Use that technology, Disney. But so that they know there's a problem, I guess. I don't know that they're fixing it in the right way. My dislike is that there's no hallways and it rains in Florida and you got to go outside to get to your room after being on the monorail or something, the bus. And so, and of course, I'm always the furthest away. One time we were the building right next to it and that was fantastic. But yeah, there's a lot of outside to get inside at the Polynesian, which makes sense. It fits. It's the vibe. But there's sometimes it's like, man, it'd be neat if there was like a tunnel to walk through.
Yeah. And that was kind of where I was going with my number 2 thing. The last time we went, we had a stroller. And so I think we were on like level 3 in our room. So you took this elevator down, and these are tiny elevators. So as big as the rooms are, they were not building elevators for like big scooters or double strollers, like not a thought. So I think one person would take the stroller with those 2 kids and the rest of the family would just walk because we couldn't fit in the elevator. It was like one of the few things on property we couldn't all fit in. And then but if you want to go on the monorail, you had to go over to the main building and take another elevator back up to get to the monorail platform. So if you're with a stroller, especially a double one where you can't just have like the kid walk up and you fold it really quickly, it's a little bit of a pain with a double stroller.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. There you go. We just played Resort Roulette by saying what we liked and disliked about random resorts that after we spun the roulette wheel, the ball landed on Animal Kingdom Lodge. So there you go. Now, if you want to stay at one of these resorts because of the wonderful things we said about it, or the thing that we said we didn't like that you actually like, reach out to our friends at Two Reading Cruises. They'll be happy to get you booked into one of these wonderful resorts so you can have a great Disney vacation. And if you don't want to go on a Disney vacation, guess what? They can book you on a Norwegian cruise or a Royal cruise or really any kind of cruise. Expedition cruising, anyone?
Nat Geo. There was one thing that we never talk about that I want to bring up on a resort episode. What? Bounce back offers. We don't ever talk about this. Oh. Yeah, this is big.
Okay, so this is the time to do it during
This is a good episode.
Yeah, the sponsor spot.
Yeah, because I have a lot of clients who do this. If you are at Disney World, like on, your normal reservation, they offer everyone a bounce back offer. So you have to book your next stay within 7 days. And they give you a pretty good discount. It depends on what level you're seeing it. I think it's like 35% for a deluxe, 20% for a moderate, 15% for a value, something up. Don't quote me on that, but something like that. It's based on availability. It just depends on what they have the week that you want to go. You can change it. I don't think people realize this. So just get something booked, put the deposit down. If you need to change the dates later, they'll still give you the discount as long as there's availability. They do have blackout dates. Like you're not going to get that between Christmas and New Year's, and there's like Jersey week and some other weird weeks that they don't offer it. But it almost, not always, almost comes out ahead of any other discount that they offered. I've only had it one time where they came out with a better discount, and then I just switched them over to that one. And you can do that. You can modify it and give up the bounce back discount. But if you're staying at a Disney resort, that is a huge thing to know about because they don't always do a good job advertising it.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Look at that. And if you're looking to get there from Nebraska, check out the Lincoln Airport. Direct flights on Breeze Airways. Direct to the Magic. Nonstop. Or one little stopover on your way to Disneyland to see the Better Bluey. So, still the Better Bluey, from what I can tell. Because it doesn't involve a train.
Right. That you can't bring a stroller on.
Yeah. Like, we're doing great, guys. So there you go. That will do it. We're going to get on to the after show where we're going to talk about Hollywood Studios a little bit, the animation courtyard, and what's new there, and what's happening there. We kind of skipped over that. And yeah, Lauren's given a clue to the Stuffy of the Week. Go check us out on YouTube. Check all our social media at Rope Drop Radio. We're posting all the things. Go like them, chat us up. All right, we're going to get on to the after show. Thank you so much for listening. For Lauren, I'm Doug. This has been another Rope Drop Radio. Hey, Rope Droppers. Thanks for watching this whole video. Why don't you take a moment to make sure you subscribe, watch the next thing, last thing, try to watch something else, but make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for watching Rope Drop Radio.